Because for generations, America has offered something better. Our security and our prosperity, yes, but our democracy, our very system of government, has been the aspiration of the world. And right now, it's at risk. It's at risk when the president decides you can pick and choose what rules you want to follow, when he ignores court orders and the Constitution itself, or when elected leaders stand by and just let it happen.
The rebuttal from Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan, of course, also adding that Ronald Reagan would be rolling in his grave and saying Donald Trump may walk us into a recession. Let's get reaction to this and also some of the other historic moments we saw last night from President Trump. Pleased to have Wisconsin Senator and member of the Senate Budget, Homeland Security, and Governmental Affairs Committees, Senator Ron Johnson. Always good to have you, Senator. Welcome into Newsline today.
Thanks for having me.
You know, Alyssa Slotkin in Michigan, a state we should note Donald Trump won, a swing state, really slamming Donald Trump. And, you know, when you watch the reaction from Americans, it seems, again, that they are just not getting the message. And last night was a chance to unify. Instead, they took a different path. Your reaction to the rebuttal and what you saw from even the Democrat senators refusing to stand?
Well, to hear any Democrat talk about democracy when they basically chose their presidential candidate not to vote was cast for that individual. They completely blocked RFK Jr. out of their primary process. They frustrate every attempt at voter integrity, voter ID. So they're not interested in democracy, they're interested in power. And last night, their display, I think, was just despicable. Just what a bunch of sourpusses. When you can't even stand just respectfully to greet the President of the United States, but in particular, when you've got a 13-year-old boy, I know you were talking about this earlier, suffering from cancer, who's, awarded honorary membership into the Secret Service, or a 95-year-old mother who's been able to welcome her son home from detainment in Russia. When you can't even stand to celebrate those moments, those triumphs for America, for Americans, I don't even know why they showed up. But again, I think Democrats are clueless. I think November was, to a certain extent, Emperor has no clothes moment. The legacy media, the corporate media has been covering for the Democrats, trying to normalize this insane ideology, boys competing against girls in sports, invading their locker rooms, their bathrooms, their showers. This is something American people have rejected. Wide open borders that allowed criminals in to commit heinous crimes and murders. Again, they are completely out of touch. Completely out of touch.
And right now, there are sanctuary cities mayors testifying right now on the Hill and being questioned about all of their policies that led to, disastrous scenarios in their cities. We saw Jocelyn Nungare's mother. We saw Laken Riley's mother. Now they are angel mothers as their beautiful daughters were taken from them by the hands of illegals who never intended to even should be here. I know that you and Senator Cruz recently reintroduced the Stop Dangerous Sanctuary Cities Act. But right now they're trying to defend. I don't know if we have the live feed anymore. They're trying to defend as if they are in the right.
No, I mean, you've got 70, 80% of Americans that want a secure border. Duh. It's just common sense. Again, I appreciate the fact that President Trump just called them out. I mean, we were lied to for 4 years that President Biden needed a law. This legislature, the Congress had to act. No, we didn't. President Trump in his first term used the authority he had. We would have been happy to strengthen that, but Democrats wouldn't do that. But he used the authority he had. He secured the border. Then President Biden used that same authority, opened it back up. Now, President Trump, remarkably, in less than 2 months, has by and large secured the border again, using the executive authority he had. So again, Democrats lie, they gaslight the American public, and they're completely acting contrary to what most Americans really want.